Hello there, my good people. I hope you're all having a good day. As you know, my name is Aram. I'm a real estate agent, and this video is all about how I got my first deal and how I closed my first deal. It's a beautiful, long story, so let's sit back, relax, and get right into it. Alright, first let me give you the timeline. I was 21 years old, first year in real estate. I got my very first listing at about, I want to say 4 months into the business, right? So 4 months into the business, I get my first listing. It was an expired lead I had called. It was a Friday afternoon. I gave him a cold call, and the gentleman, my client that I spoke to, was super upset. Like, he was mad at everybody and anybody involved in real estate, right? And thankfully, for some reason, something in my head told me if he's this upset, then he really wants to sell, and I can help him. If he really wants to sell, I can help him. That's what occurred in my head, right? I'm like, you know what? Just stay here. Just go through the pain of him yelling at the world, and then when he's done, he's no longer upset, go in and see if there's anything you can do to help. So, you know, we talk, you know, and all his points were dead on. He had every reason to be upset, right? And I'm like, well, you know what? Let me do my homework. Let me see if it's even possible for you to sell, because if it is, you'd be willing to, right? He'd be like, yeah, absolutely. I'm ready to sell right now. I'm like, great. So I do the math, and then while I'm doing the math, I realize this house has been on the market for 4 years, and it's been on a busy road. So it's a luxury house, starting at $900,000, and for 4 years they've been coming down and down and down and down, right? And I did the math, and I figured 700 is the best place to start with that house. I go out, meet with the buyers. It was a beautiful couple. We sit down and we list the house for $700,000, and I gave them a 28-day guarantee that I would sell the house. Well, day 23, a buyer comes in that actually had seen the house before 2 years prior when it was at, I believe, 780, right? But they came back again when it was at 700,000 because it was a more reasonable price they'd be willing to pay. And they had informed me that they're going to be making an offer. So I'm like, great. I didn't even need the whole 28 days. Well, they called me a few days later and said, well, we're going to hold off a little bit. They don't think they're going to be as flexible on the price, this, that, and the other. And we were thinking about it, right? So day 28 comes, ladies and gentlemen, and I still haven't sold this house like I've promised, right? So I wake up on day 28 with an email saying, hey, Aaron, thank you for everything you've done for us, but, you know, we're going to go in a different direction. So, and essentially, I got fired on day 28. Now, I'm not one to give up, because I knew the people who saw it on day 23 or whatever that day that was, I knew they were going to buy this house sooner or later. They were the ones that were going to buy this house. They loved everything about it, right? So I called up the agent. I was like, hey, listen, I know you guys were thinking about making an offer. Just wanted to let you know we're going to be taking home off the market. They decided to go ahead and live in it till they're no longer alive, till the end of time. So I said that for a reason, because I knew his buyers really wanted to get in that house, and if we were no longer selling, period, then they would make the offer now. So on day 28, I spoke to him. He's like, listen, we'll make an offer. I'm like, fantastic. So day 29, I got an offer, right? And it was, we're asking $700,000. The offer comes in at $600,000. Oh my Lord. That's what I said. I'm like, oh my God, this is gonna be tough. It's gonna be tough. Send it to my client. You know, of course he's upset because it's a lowball offer. And then we go back and forth. I work my magic. I put the finesse on him, and somehow we get to an agreement of $670. We're gonna sell this house for $670, which is a tremendous deal on both sides, right? It's a fair deal. My client wanted a little bit more, if you want to be honest, but whatever. Now, it gets even worse. So we come to an agreement, right? Because they initially put the written offer in at $600,000. So we go back and forth verbally, and we get to the $670. But now I need the $670 in writing. And they took 2 weeks. They took 2 weeks to give me that offer in writing. And in the entire 2-week period, my client was losing his mind because it was a stressful experience. He's like, am I selling? Am I not selling? Am I selling? Am I not selling? It was chaotic, right? So we eventually did get under contract, and now we're going into the escrow process. And it was mostly smooth throughout the inspection all the way to close until closing day. Closing day comes around. Buyers want to bring their inspector back to do a walkthrough. an inspector. I've never seen this done where like the inspector comes back twice, once for the actual inspection and once for an actual walkthrough. But they brought the inspector back, and he pretty much re-inspected the whole house, right? And they found a couple of issues last minute that were addressed in the wrong manner, right? We were supposed to fix this, but we ended up fixing that, right? And et cetera, et cetera. So now the deal is just hanging off a thread, off a thread, ladies and gentlemen. And there were some cracks in the stucco that we were supposed to investigate and repair, but we investigated and we figured we didn't need to repair it. So I had to finesse my way out of that one. And one way or the other, long story short, we got to the closing table and my clients closed. Bada boom, bada bing. About 6.5 months into the business, that's when I got my first real check. Do the math of what, the percentages of $670,000. It was good money, but with splits and everything, I didn't really see the entire amount. But whatever. It didn't stop there, because just because you sell somebody's home, now they need to find a place to live. And while we were in escrow with them this entire time, I was trying to find them a place to live, and we just could not figure out a home they'd be happy in. Because when you're in that price bracket, everybody wants the exact home that they dream about, right? Because they can afford it. Simple as that. So and they wanted to live in this very, very unique neighborhood. It was a gated community, and they didn't like stairs. They needed to be a ranch, so that limited our options even more. Or they at least needed a first bedroom, master, etc. So I was not able to find them something in that time. But I knew we had to close this deal one way or the other, right? So what I did was, here's a tip to all the agents. I actually called around every active and previously listed house in the entire neighborhood and asked them all if they'd be interested in a short-term rental of 6 months. And one of them got back to me, ended up being a 1-year rental because they renewed the 6-month period. And it all worked out perfectly. They got to live in the neighborhood they really wanted to buy in, experience it before having to invest. They fell in love with it as they thought, and then we ended up finding them a place to purchase about a year later. So that was my first ever real estate transaction. It led to a little over 1.2 million in production. It was just one phone call to an expired listing. So to anybody out there, if you're still prospecting, do it. It's a great way to get business. It actually works. As you saw proof of that. I mean, it does take time and consistency. I was calling 5 days a week, 3 hours at a time, and it took 4 months to get anything, right? And the truth is, the reason it took 4 months is it took some time for my skills to catch up, right? And that's it. And so if you're interested, if you have questions, let me know in the comments. If you like videos like this, I'll be happy to do it. I love sharing my stories and the lessons I take from it. But this was mostly story time. There's no real lessons here. But yeah, if you need me, feel free to comment. Please like and subscribe. Have a great day.